Exactly that.
Game shot
And
on the
so
first leg.
typically Matt Clark, he clinically takes it first time of asking. 18 data, literally a
This
Sebastian,
is
you
rather
require
unfamiliar
98.
territory for Sebastian Bialecki. He has not won a match since Tuesday. But he has won one
Sebastian
here.
Bialecki.
A remarkable comeback for Bolt, and you just don't know what that's going to do for him over the next couple of days. He starts better in Group C than he did in Group A, and he had to survive match darts as well. But that one goes to Bolt. It's Poland 4, England 3.
Jim, you require
his first start to double in the match. It may well be the only one he gets. Because McEwan is off the mark of a 4-0 victory over Steve West. Chucky's chucking was on point, and he hopes that that is the beginning of a run here at Champions Week. As for Steve West, he must be thinking, why always me? It's another good performance put against him. 92.5 the average, 4 out of 13 when it came to the doubling. Work for Steve West to do. McEwan off to the perfect start. Coming up after the break, Ostlund, Dennant. You sense this is unlikely. But Ostlund's got every chance on tots now to complete the job.
Game shot.
And the Swede wins a scrap. It wasn't vintage, it wasn't a classic, but Anton Ostlund is off the mark, he's on the board. And Matt Dennant has to walk off stage left, knowing he had opportunities to win that game himself. But 2 from 17 on the doubles was his undoing. Anton Ostlund means that 2 of the 3 players coming into Group C have won their opening fixtures. That's the end of round 1. Coming up after the break, Sebastian Bialecki is in action up against Jim McEwan. Hours on end.
Sebastian, you require 106.
And these are the types of shots that Seb may have to take out on throw. 106 here. And he's going to get a data double 16 for a ton topper to start.
Shot on the first
it
leg.
is a whopper
Sebastian
for
Bialecki.
Bialecki. And maybe he is a...
Jim, you require 120.
He needs to teach me a little bit more about Polish food, because I have got no idea what he's pictured there.
Shanghai shot for McEwan. Looks to climb the ladder if he can find tops.
Game shot
Ladder climb to the very
Jim
summit,
McEwan.
and McEwan is level. And that's the kind of granite darts that the Scot provides in abundance.
Like to be immortalised. This is his biggest finish of the week. But he got the 126 yesterday on the bull. He's got this one on double 6.
Sebastian Bialecki.
What's happening with part shot? He won the 2003 World Championship this way. With 1 dart at tops. 20 years on from that shot, can Sebastian be 4 points in?
Game shot and the match.
Yes,
Sebastian
is
Bialecki.
the answer. Bialecki makes it 2 from 2. Jim McEwan must be shaking his head as to how he lost that match. Bialecki, the pole, a 4-3 victor over Jim McEwan, doing so with an average 10 points inferior that of the Scot. 4 out of 4 on the doubles, 2 ton plus checkouts. It's a 4-3 victory for Sebastian Bialecki.
The
you require 20.
We've got 3 players with points right now. Are we going to make that 4? Yes, we are.
And the match, Matt
Dennant. Really good performance from Dennant. His average at times in that game was touching 120. He doesn't care about that now, because a 4-0 win almost erases all of the hurt from his previous game. 98-56 will do, and a 4-0 win against Clark, he will take that. It's been a very good game, very competitive. 1 dart at tops.
Game shot and the match.
Breathe a sigh of relief, Steve, but give yourself some credit. That was 7 legs of torture. But he does get the win by 4 legs to 3. And after losing in the first round by 4 legs to 0, he can breathe again, because he joins 4 other players on points in the table, and he's now part of the equation after that 4-3 victory.
Well, this is for a potential 11 dart leg on the back of a 13 in the first. This is a purple patch, so much so he decides to split for double 16. He can even afford to split and hit a 12 dart leg. Matt Dennant opens up a 2-0 lead against Sebastian Bialecki.
Third
and
leg,
in the
it's
space
Sebastian
of
to throw first.
just a smidgen over
Game
3
on.
minutes, here's...
Just got to hurdle that flight, just like that. Beautifully done for tops.
Game shot on the
Very,
third
very
leg.
nice.
Sebastian
Bialecki
you
to send
require
us all the way to
32.
3-3. And this would be so typical of Bialecki's day if he finds this and
Game shot on
conjures
the
something.
sixth leg.
How's
Sebastian
he found
Bialecki.
that? It's literally crossed like swords.
Get one.
Matt, you require
Apart from this.
170.
Another one of them. The bullseye to win it with a fish.
137.
Not to be. And
Sebastian,
so
you require
Bialecki for
76.
third win from 3, and once again taking clinical advantage of opportunities that have been afforded to him. Tops.
Game
My
shot and the
word.
match. Sebastian
He's
Bialecki.
done it again. What is he up to today? His first win against Matt Dennant this week. And what is he doing on Thursday? Well, it's 7 legs guaranteed from the pole. Matt Dennant leaves the stage bereft. I'm not surprised. He had 1 dot to win it on the bullseye with a 170. And again, Bialecki wins in 7 legs with the inferior average. But boy, oh boy, has he been good on doubles today. We will take a breath, and when we come back, it will be Ostlund against McEwan in the middle match of the campaign.
Jim, you require 40.
You don't think he's going to miss this? He does miss tops. But he
Game shot
doesn't miss
and the match.
tens.
Jim McEwan.
And that's what Chucky does. He might not be spectacular at times, but boy, can he grind it out. That was a really tough game. But Chucky was just a little bit too good. And in the end, it is a 7th consecutive game where it's won with the darts and a 5th in 7 legs. When we come back, it's Clark against...
And so, it's going to be a darter double 14 for Steve West to open up a 2-0 lead. A 12 darter and the first 2 legs won in the space of 30 darts.
Steve, you require 78.
78 for West. He's survived 1 slight Superman scare in this leg, but now he has his opportunity to finish it off on tops.
Game shot on the 4th
to the
leg.
top
Steve
right
West.
hand.
I feel at home here. I'm just waiting for somebody to come out on the microphone and say, this is my house. Whose house is it? It might be Matt's house.
Leg, Matt Clark.
It might not be made of fancy crystals and kryptonite, but my word, what a shot.
Is this going to be the grin of a win for Steve West?
Game
Double
shot
10 is found,
Steve
and Steve West moves on to 4 points after getting the better of Matt Clark by 4 legs to 1. A real solid performance, an average just underneath the 95 mark. 4 out of 9 when it came to the finishing. Matt Clark's solitary leg was on a 1.56, but it is West who knew best, and he picks the points up. Coming up next is Dennant. There's
Jim,
7 points between
70.
the pair, as McEwan now looks for 70 for a 3-0 lead. This will be for the double breaker throw. He's not going to miss. He never misses
shot on
tops.
the 3rd leg, Jim McEwan.
He leads 3-0. He gets the double. And so already having had a couple of opportunities,
Game
Jim
shot and the
McEwan
match.
wastes no
Jim
more time
McEwan.
in getting the better of Matt Dennant. A 4-0 victory for Chucky moves him top of the pile, even if only temporarily. He's on to 6 points. He's a 4-0 victor against a scholar who is having to really taste some medicine here. Coming up next, West, Bialecki to bring it back to 3-2. It's going to be 2 at tops. Double 10. No.
36.
That's against the tide.
Steve, you require 40.
West this week has been seeing people hitting 3rd dart doubles.
Game shot and
But
the
it is a
match.
first dart
Steve
double
West.
for West. They spent a lot of time together this week, but West gets the best of this one, and he is very much in the race for the top 2 in Group C, because at the minute he's in 2nd position. Only on leg difference is he behind Jim McEwan, but it's been a really good campaign for Steve so far. Bialecki, though, is on 6 points as well, and we have 3 at the top on 6 and 3 that aren't.
8 for Matt Clark for the breaker throw on this opening leg. Another one of them. Leads himself double 14.
Game shot on
And
the
could that
first
be
leg.
the
Matt
light
Clark.
start for Matt Clark? Superman needs to find something inspired, and that could be the finish to do just that. In comparison, maybe just a bit flat, but this would awaken him if he finds double 18. Now double 9.
Game
Found.
shot on the fifth leg.
3-2.
Anton
But Matt
Ostlund.
Clark, importantly here, has the darts in the 6th.
Sixth leg. It's Matt to throw first. Game on.
Just waiting, Anton, to almost let out maybe like some kind of celebration. Just let out something. It just...
He might
Matt, you
just get one
require
match start.
64.
He hasn't had a match start since the very first game, where he missed multiple shots to beat Sebastian. One to beat Anton.
Well, the
Game shot
supercharge has to
Matt
start
Clark.
somewhere for Matt Clark, and it could well be there as he beats Anton Ostlund by 4 legs to 2. Superman finally successful, and a couple of words there with the referee, Jack Garwood. Interesting to have seen what happened there, or what went on. But as far as Matt Clark is concerned, he's a 4-2 victor against the Swede, 89.05 the average, aiming a bit by another big finish, the 148. And so 3 more games to go. West v Dennant, the beginning of that, after this.
If you're Dennant, all you want to do is leave tops and pray that you get a shot.
100. Steve, you require 66.
Steve West needs to get his kicks on Route 66, otherwise the game could be done. Tops. Drags
46.
below, and that might well be
Matt,
that.
you require 40.
It should be. How has that not gone in?
Game shot.
That's a
and the
great
match,
dart.
Matt Dennant.
Considering how much he wired that double top with the first 2, that is a great third one to get a valuable 4-1 victory against Steve West. He will finish on 6 points and an all-even leg difference, which is the same as Sebastian Bialecki. We won't see him until game 15, but West is done for the day, as is Dennant. As far as Clark and McEwan are concerned, strap in for that one, because it's coming after this.
The 138 again. Another one of them. Double 12. That's
Game shot on the
superb for
second leg,
McEwan.
Jim
A
McEwan.
138 to level up. That was class in a glass from Chucky. A 12.
He got that valuable break of throw in leg 5. Then he gets a match start. He's done everything right in this game, McEwan, apart from hit that double 11.
Game shot on the
And now he's
sixth
got to
leg. Matt
construct
Clark.
another match opportunity against the darts. This group could well be very
Seventh and
dependent
final leg. It's Matt to throw
on this
first.
leg.
Game on.
With 2 treble 19s, 2 treble 20s for double 15 if he chooses. But he goes the hard way.
132.
It was that double that cost
Matt,
him
you require 92.
Super Series history in Southampton when he missed double 18 for a perfect 30 points in a Group A campaign. Nobody's ever been closer. Can Matt Clark stop Jim in his tracks with 79 more? This feels familiar. 79 with 2. That's what McEwan had for the match.
But Clark isn't going to get
52.
that dart to get over the line. And
Jim,
so
you
McEwan
require
returns to
18.
double 9 to put himself on provisional pole. And so it's 1 dart at double 4.
10.
But that's a wire bender, and Clark gets a reprieve.
Matt, you
He now
require
wants tops of the
40.
match, and he can put everybody pretty much within the reckoning.
I'm feeling like a wet shirt right now. I've been put through the ringer. I fear to think how these players are feeling. Does Matt Clark go through the ringer and still survive Thursday?
30.
Oh no.
Jim, you require
3
8.
darts missed for this game could be fatal.
The tension is palpable. This moment has real significance. And it is
Game shot.
McEwan who's up to the
Jim
task
McEwan.
as he gets the better of Matt Clark by 4 legs to 3 in a Super Series marathon match. But McEwan, importantly, puts himself on provisional pole in the group. 8 points to his name and a significant legs difference as well. He is on 8 points. He is the commander-in-chief in terms of this group right now. Coming up after the break, Sebastian Bialecki's in action against Anton Ostlund, and we'll see where the land lies after this.
It could have been a lot worse than it is. Just so happens that Bialecki does have a chance at double 5.
Game
And
shot on the
takes the
first
first
leg.
leg.
Sebastian Bialecki.
The breaker throw.
Double 13. 3 legs to 1.
Game shot on
His
the fourth
doubles have
leg.
been much
Sebastian
better today,
Bialecki.
and the intensity, even though it doesn't look like it's going up much, I assure you, it is.
In a real strong position to qualify for Saturday's Champions Night. And Anton Ostlund may well see his chances evaporate into the
180.
Portsmouth sunset as Bialecki kicks off leg 5 of a max. Whoever wrote him off at the end of yesterday has been made to look
97.
like fools. That's a 4th. And a 5th. And a 6th on the treble 19. Only Steve West has achieved this feat at Champions Week. Sebastian Bialecki,
60.
Sebastian,
you require
144 points
144.
away from perfection. Another one of them. Leads double 12.
Game shot
from
on the
the
match.
pole.
Sebastian
Sebastian
Bialecki.
Bialecki wins the game with a 9-dart leg. Only the second in Super Series Champions Week history. A bolt from the blue from Bialecki. A superb moment. His Swedish opponent Anton Ostlund applauds the magnificent achievement of Sebastian Bialecki, who wins with a 9 and wins with a ton-topping average. 103.27, 4 out of 4 on the doubles, and a 144 high checkout. What a performance. What a player, Sebastian Bialecki. He beats Anton Ostlund 4-1 with a 9-darter to finish.
Wow, what a way to end the day. Can't even get my words out after that. Sebastian Bialecki, a little bit of history. 9-darter to win a match, the first time it's happened on that stage.
What a turnaround. Guy loves Group C, doesn't he? Can't even get my words out. Can't even get my letters out. Fabulous. Great for him. I'm really pleased for him as well, because of everything he went through in Group A, which is the right one. He's come back today, and he's survived match darts in his first couple of games. Really been through the ringer. He was defeated by Steve West, but there he dominated, and what a way to finish. And he deserves everything he gets, because that strong mental side of his game has done everything for him today, and that was a wonderful 9.
Right, let's have a look at the results from today. And it all really started with that comeback win for him against Matt Clark, didn't it? He was 3-0 down in that match. He went on to win, well, 3 more games as well. But as you said, that after only winning 2 in 15.
Darts is weird sometimes, but this ability at the Super Series for us to wipe the slate clean come Thursday morning and into lunchtime, you think, OK, I'm now on the same footing as everybody else again. What happened over the last 3 days is irrelevant. If I can take that on the chin, move on, I can have a very different time of it. And I think his experience when he came through his qualifying week of having that, where he had disappointment in Group A, came into Group C and got it done very, very well, I think that experience, he's brought it back this week.
But we are going to hear from Sebastian in a moment, but let's just take a moment to talk about the other player that's kind of just been overshadowed. Spoke to him, but before that match, Jim McEwan, really strong day for him.
Very much so, and it's what you expect from Jim. He's just so adept to playing here in Portsmouth. He's had some really tough fixtures today, but that one in particular, a 4-0 win against Steve West, that was big for his leg difference, which is looking very healthy at this point in time. All around the board, 4s, 5s. Tops has been his friend today, and he's been really, really good. Not surprised at all.
Yeah, Jim McEwan and Sebastian Bialecki, joint top of the table, then the pair of them on 8 points. It's theirs they're the ones to lose it, aren't they, tomorrow? We'll take a look at that. The chasing pack, who's the most likely to knock them off the perch?
I think you look at what Steve West has done today. It's equally his best day of the week because he has had a 6-pointer this week already. I think the first 3 games tomorrow are going to be really key for Steve. I think he must keep pace with Bialecki and McEwan, and he must beat them if he's going to get through to a Champions Night. He doesn't want any more Group C heartache, but it's going to be very tough. I think the 2 at the bottom, they're languished now. I'm not sure if they can get through this one because the confidence is definitely with the top 3.
The 9-darter at the end, the highlight of the day. The match before it, though, how key was that then for both Jim McEwan and Matt Clark, who mismatched darts, of course?
Absolutely enormous. I know that it's easy for me to stand here and say that it's enormous, but if you think about this scenario, Jim wins, he's 6 points ahead of Matt Clark. Matt wins, he's within 2 of Jim. That's the cutthroat nature of Group C. And because Jim wins it, there's a huge gap between the 2, and the people in the middle have got a better chance because Clark is at the back.
Yeah, great day for Jim McEwan. Even better day for Sebastian Bialecki, who's made that little bit of history on Champions Week, winning a match with a 9-dart finish, and he is talking to Henry.
Sebastian, many congratulations. To pardon the pun, you must be on cloud 9 at the moment.
Yeah, I can't believe it yet. I threw 9-darter. But this time I threw very relaxed when I throw it, so I'm happy for that.
At what point in the 9-darter did you feel like that possibly this was on?
Maybe no.
Literally not to the end?
Yeah, maybe. I hope tomorrow it's...
So moving into tomorrow here at the Super Series, you're now on 8 points. You're now in a very good position. You must be feeling really good about your chances.
Yeah, after this day 4 wins and 8 points, so for me it's a great chance to advance to Saturday. So we will see what happened tomorrow. And
we saw a big improvement from yourself today. What did you do last night in preparation for today that saw you really make some inroads today?
When I from last 3 days, when I just playing terrible and lost 13 matches from 15, and maybe I just thought when I practice in Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe too much practice and just stayed no practice before the match and just playing on the match. And
well, Sebastian, many congratulations today. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
thank you very much.
Yeah, interesting to hear from him. What a way to turn things around. He's suggesting there that maybe thought about it too much, prepared for it too much, even practiced too much on the days in Group A.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can do that. I go back to a famous game between Kevin Painter and Brendan Dolan at the World Championship. Kevin worked really, really hard for that game, and when he went into the match, he felt flat. Sometimes you can practice too much. It's got to be about quality and not quantity. But what we've seen today from Sebastian has been spectacular at times, gritty at times, and as much as we'll talk about the 9-darter, don't forget that in 2 games today, he was 4 from 4. His doubling today has been on another level.
And also don't forget, we've got another session to bring you tonight, 10 p.m. Group B gets underway. Now, the fireworks often happen in that group, and there are players there right in the middle of your screen ready to provide them.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get another 9-darter later. Look who's playing. Darryl Pilgrim, Mr. Record Breaker, and he's got a 9 here as well. He got that in a defeat, right? So, yeah, Sebastian's showing how you do it when it comes to hitting a 9. The best time to get it is at the end.
Yeah, and Pilgrim, of course, did all that in the space of half an hour, so there are players that can do special things. But a special way to end the day. We will be back, as I said, for the start of Group B, 10 p.m. tonight. But Group C has finished with a Bialecki bolt from the blue.
To qualify for Saturday's Champions Night. And Anton Ostlund may well see his chances evaporate into the Portsmouth sunset as Bialecki kicks off leg 5 of a max. Whoever wrote him off at the end of yesterday has been made to look 97. Like fools. That's a 4th. And a 5th. And a 6th on the treble 19. Only Steve West has achieved this feat at Champions Week. Sebastian Bialecki,
60.
144
Sebastian, you require
points
144.
away from perfection. Another one of them. Leads double 12.
Game shot
From
and the
the
match.
pole.
Sebastian
Sebastian
Bialecki.
Bialecki wins the game with a 9-dart leg. Only the second in Super Series Champions Week